Okay, for our say about a Heka, our essential question is, who am I when I'm free to be my best self? A second part of our say about a Heka is how quilts tell our story. So from September into March, we usually read books that deal with freedom. And this is just a small sample of books that we have utilized to help the scholars understand about protesting, standing up for what's right, learning about who they are. And we start with Ruby Bridges because Ruby Bridges was 6 when she became a young freedom fighter. And we try to help them relate that to their ages, to help them to understand that you could be a freedom fighter whether you're 6 or whether you're 66, and that you have a responsibility to fight for social justice. And so the thought process was, when we could not do our quilt because of the pandemic, we decided to partake or participate in the Rainbows of Hope. And we asked the scholars if they could create a rainbow of hope to support the people that are on the front line. And then Mama Dana was gracious enough to compile the pictures that the scholars sent in to us into a poster that we would like to donate or give to a shelter to support the families that are really being impacted by the pandemic because of the situations that they're in. And Mama Dana can talk a little bit about that.
So our beautiful poster quilts, and we call them digital quilts, will be donated to 3 shelters and to the HHI project, which is the Homeless Health Initiative at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. They are all excited to get these beautiful posters that we made, and we got them framed. And they're going to hang them up in what's called a bright space. And bright spaces are spaces and shelters where families with their children can go to have fun or get away from the daily stress and life of being in shelter. So these beautiful posters will hang in their bright spaces. And we were excited to be able to do this digitally and come up with a creative concept of how quilts tell our story. So each quilt is telling a story, and it's called Rainbow of Hope. And we're hoping that these rainbows and these amazing pictures that our scholars did would bring a smile to a child's face who's in a struggling situation.
Another thing that we did was, originally, because of the pandemic, we were just going to have the scholars tell their story, like draw a picture of something that they did the school year or something they were proud of, because as I stated in the beginning, our essential question is, who am I when I'm free to be my best self? And so we asked them for pictures of them being their best selves. But because of the pandemic, this is their story right now. And that's why you see some of them with masks, because this is relevant to their lives today, right now. And so we are documenting a time in history that our babies have to wear a mask before they get in the car, before they go into the store, in order for them to grow up and be the freedom fighters that we know they will be. But our babies have been studying about protesting since the beginning of the school year in some form or fashion, by reading the books of liberation and just doing different projects that we would like them to do.
So we hope you guys enjoyed our digital presentation. This is the Yoruba Nation, K1 and 2, collectively coming together to share some hope, some joy, and some love. And we're asking all of you to stay focused, stay safe until we see you again.